guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Naya here. Minglawa Jiminameka Naya. So for those of you who have never been here before, welcome. My name is Naya. I'm an Australian expat. I have been living in Yangon, Myanmar for the last 2 years. So firstly, I wanted to jump on here and say hi. Obviously haven't posted a video in about 2 weeks. The last time I was just popping on here to say hi. I'm okay. There has been a lot of developments in the world, and especially in Myanmar in the last in February, and so I just want to hop on here and say, if you don't know what's happening in Myanmar, really try and educate yourself, get on board, and try and share and raise awareness to your friends and get the conversation going about what's happening in Myanmar. I've just left a description down below, some links in the description down below of sort of resources that you can use to educate yourself more, and great people who are sharing different content. So in today's video, I have a really big update for you. If you didn't really kind of get it from the title, yeah, I have huge news to talk to you about. Also, I wanted to also touch on kind of advice for expats who are also maybe looking to do what this title says. So, first of all, let me just compose myself. One moment. Okay, so I wanted to update you guys. I felt like not telling you guys this was just like playing my mind, and I felt also really nervous to share with you my news because I wasn't sure how you would all feel, because it can be interpreted in a lot of different ways. So yeah, my announcement is I have left Myanmar, not permanently. This is completely intended to be a temporary departure, and I will give you the background as to why I left, and it actually doesn't really have as much to do with what has happened since February 1, but actually more for like personal reasons. But yeah, so let's just start on the why. So first of all, I am now in Auckland, New Zealand. As you can tell, I'm in quarantine. So I'm currently in quarantine and will be out of here in maybe like just over a week. So yeah, just surviving through quarantine. So let's start on what happened. Okay, so actually in November of 2020, Alex, my partner, and I, we were looking and discussing having to go back to New Zealand, because Alex himself has been stuck in Myanmar for a really long time, for like more than a year, and he hasn't seen any family, and we also had a family wedding and also family stuff to attend to back in New Zealand. So we had already decided that we wanted to go back in February, and if for those of you who don't know, but to like book to come back to New Zealand, you have to book like a hotel quarantine, and that is really popular, and you have to book your flights as well as quarantine at the same time to be able to secure your spot, and you have to book it 3 months in advance. So we had already booked this trip in November 2020. We were also unsure if we wanted to go still because we're very attached to Myanmar, having a really great time in Myanmar, and also we were very worried about kind of returning back into Myanmar once we were out because of COVID and everything. This situation was quite hard to get back into the country. We had made our decision to fly out on the 31st of January, and then we woke up on the 1st of February, and obviously a lot had changed. Since that, we were also not sure if we should go because more so now we're also even more unsure about what the process is to get back, how long that would take, but our families were very concerned for us, and they really wanted us to be back home, and that's due to the fact that, to be honest guys, we are foreigners in another country, and at the end of the day, like everything we're familiar with is really still like in Australia and New Zealand, in terms of like government resources, like health like facilities, etc. Like we just don't really get the same privileges under insurance and different things when we're not in our home country, and so our family was persistent that we return. So yeah, we made the decision to leave, and temporarily, let me just make that clear, leaving temporarily. We're not doing this permanently. We fully intend to come back to Myanmar. We have so much unfinished business. I have so much unfinished business in Myanmar. There's no way that I don't plan on it coming back. Yeah, so I'm just wanting to make that clear. I'm gonna come back, guys. To be honest, I was like super sad to leave Myanmar, even though it's temporary. I just felt very sad because I felt very helpless for the situation, and also I felt that leaving wasn't really, it kind of just didn't really look great for everyone around me, and I wanted to stay in the country and help, but you've got to do what you've got to do, and we already had the trip booked, and there's no other way we were going to get back at any other time to New Zealand. So we just had to do what we had to do. So it was very chaotic because we were spending our time monitoring what was happening in Myanmar, as well as packing up our things, and also having to pack up our apartment because our lease may or may not end before we get back, so we need to just be prepared to be able to put things in storage. So it was real adulting. We had to adult very hard. Anyway, so yeah, we flew, and we got a flight. So flights are still operating, and I'll get to that next point in a moment. For those of you who are interested in trying to get out of Myanmar, I know that a lot more people are looking to do that now, that are foreigners. So yeah, let me just finalize on this thing. That is, I haven't left Myanmar permanently. It's only temporary. I am now in quarantine. I've been enjoying my quarantine life, working and laying on the bed and waiting 14 days to get out of this room. So moving on to the next topic, that is in regards to people who are looking to get out of Myanmar. How do you go about it? Okay, so the first thing you should do is definitely contact your embassy. So the Australian, I'm Australian, so I contacted the Australian embassy and consulate, signed up on their list. They put you on a list, and then they've been sending out alerts, and I know the US government does this, same with the British government, and I think some people that I know that are European, also happens to them. To be honest, when in early February there was not many notifications coming out from the embassies, but now they seem to be quite active on it. Australia is operating relief flights. There was one on the 19th of February, and there will be one on the 26th of February. So if you are interested in that, you should contact your consulates or your embassy and try and get on those flights, but they are limited. So yeah, do that. There are relief flights. I have heard people flying back to the Netherlands and things like that, so you can do it. But the first point of contact is your embassy. I don't think you'll really get out of Myanmar at the moment unless you go through your embassy. I think that's probably the only way, or otherwise book like a flight through the relief flights for either M&A to Singapore or Korean Air to Korea. But I think the Korean Air flights have been indefinitely stopped for the rest of this month. They were available earlier in the month. Other than that, what else can you do? I mean, just track the normal relief flights that were happening during COVID anyway. But for those of you who are looking to get out, I do think just keep in mind the fact that once you do leave Myanmar, I guess it will be a little bit difficult to get back in, maybe for at least 3 months. Like, I'm expecting to be out for that long, or more. Just be prepared and ready and pack what you need to pack. So guys, I just wanted to update you, and that is the update. I hope you guys are staying safe. Firstly, stay safe. I know mentally and physically it's very exhausting, the situation you're in at the moment, and I'm very sorry for that. I really hope that, anyway, things will get better. So like, what I just wanted to say as well is, don't worry, there's going to be content. I will be posting New Zealand content, as I posted about that a while ago, that I was going to be in New Zealand, and you guys said you were keen to see the content here, but I will also post Myanmar stuff as well still. But thanks for listening. Can't wait to keep bringing you content and being a positive channel for you all, and maybe a break from everything that's happening around you. Love you all. Thank you very much. See you next week. Bye.